All right, this is going to be a Swarm non-spoiler review. I won't spoil anything for people who haven't seen it since it just came out, but anything in the trailers is fair game. I'm going to jump right into the ratings. I give this 5 out of 10 stars. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. This TV series is weird and gory, and it's filled with satire with a little bit of comedy sprinkled on the top. A lot of people are not going to make it past the first episode because I can admit it is very intense. I had to commit myself to get through all 7 episodes. So, everybody immediately thinks this show is about the Beehive and being obsessed with celebrities. All of that is somewhat true, but that's surface level stuff. Let's get into the meat of what this story is really about. This story at its core is about someone dealing with severe mental health issues. If you notice, some serial killers become obsessive and fixated about certain things. Remember Dexter? He had to have that one drop of blood. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He was completely obsessed with body parts to the point where he was eating them and keeping them. Then we jump to Dre. Dre's obsession just happens to be this pop star, Nyjah, who is essentially Beyonce in our universe. Dominique Fishback played this role of Dre so well. If I ever met her in real life, I wouldn't trust her. Dominique, you are going in the Hall of Fame of untrustworthy characters. You are sitting up there with the rest of your untrustworthy homies. I really just wanted to sit back and enjoy this like I would any other horror film, similar to Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, but I just couldn't get fully into the horror aspect of this story. Mainly because the satire part, the comedy, is some truth to it. It is some truth to it. The Beehive, yeah, we be going crazy over them concert tickets. We really got to get them Beyonce tickets. And another reason I couldn't get really invested in this story is because we just haven't seen a lot of Black women as the villain in slasher films. So I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Number one, excuse my ignorance, but we just don't do this. That ain't what we do. We don't do this. And number two, if we did decide to do it, we're getting caught immediately and we are going to jail. So now let's get into the other layer of this story, the mental health aspect. So I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist, so a lot of us, we don't even really know what she was suffering from. Could it have been multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia, depression? A therapist once said, depression shows up sometimes differently in Black women. Sometimes we don't showcase some of the traditional symptoms like crying and being sad and just laying in the bed all day. Sometimes our depression comes out as anger, frustration, irritation. We still get dressed, go to work, but when we get there, sometimes we're a little snippy with people. It gets to the point where we don't even think we're depressed. A lot of us think we're just mad as hell. We're just mad at the world. So, of course, sometimes we go misdiagnosed. So then we have somebody like Dre wandering through the world undiagnosed. She's just out here trying to figure it out, and everybody ignores all the signs that maybe something is a little off here. A lot of us have someone that we either went to school with, someone we know around the neighborhood, or even someone in our family, and we know that something is a little different or off about them. And for the most part, especially in our community, we don't do anything. We either shun them, ignore them, or sometimes we just let them be. We don't attempt to try to get them any help because a lot of times I don't think we know where to start because mental health and therapy isn't big in our community. So they're left just out here in the world trying to figure it out, similar to Andrea. So that's what I took from this series. It's not solely about being a Barb or a Stan or a Swiftie. It's about someone who was suffering at a very young age and everybody just ignored her and let her be. She passed through life in this altered mental state all throughout her adulthood. I knew when I first seen this trailer and I saw Childish Gambino, I knew this story was going to be a little crazy. I knew it was going to be a little weird. I just wish they wrapped the ending up a little bit better, made it a little clearer, made it a little tighter, and I probably would have ranked this a lot higher. So that's all I have for today. My brain still hurts. Leave a comment below about your thoughts about Swarm if you haven't seen it, or if you're thinking about watching it and you want to ask us some questions, maybe we can help you out in the comments. Peace out, guys.